a job, cause I need the cash. But nah, I think I'd rather sit on my ass. I get off on pushing my luck, and I'm much better off when I'm totally drunk. I know one of these days my time will come, but until that day, give me a bottle of rum.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 2nd Street. I hope you're doing all well tonight. In case you can't see, I am doing my comic book pull list live today. It's been an extremely long day. I haven't had time to get on and do any recording or anything today. As a matter of fact, I had told you guys I was getting ready to sit down and film my breakdown of the Avengers Endgame trailer, and then, you know, we got the new one. And so, I mean, it's been really busy, and I'll get more into that in just a minute. You're all here for my comic book pull list, and so we're gonna start right off the top here with Major X, number 1. This is obviously a new comic. I haven't read this one before, but I don't know, it was the first issue, so I figured I'd pick it up and see if it was worth it. Guess I'll check that out and let you all know about that later, maybe on Friday on the Trailer Park Live. The next issue I have here, and if you haven't ever been to my show, the Trailer Park Live, I do it every single Friday night at 8 p.m., so make sure you check that out. Okay, so moving on. The next issue I have here is War of the Realms, issue number 1. I haven't really followed any of the people that are in this particular issue, like the people who are, like the Avengers and things like that. I haven't really been paying attention to those series, so I wasn't really for sure if I was gonna pick this up or anything. But then I got there and I seen it, and they had a bunch of really nice covers for them too, legit covers, man. They were nice. And I just went with the regular one, It's whatever. Sometimes I go, and believe me, there were some awesome ones. I seen one there that had like Captain Marvel and Thor, and dude, it was, and God, I think Valkyrie was, no. Was it maybe, no, it was Captain Marvel and Hela, and I think Valkyrie was on there, and it was pretty badass. Then there was one with Thor that was awesome. There was one that had like an old school van with Thor, and oh man, I can't remember who else was on that one. But there was a bunch of them on there. If you go to my comic book, the comic book shop I go to is called Bases Cards and Comics. You can go follow them on Instagram. It'd be really awesome if you did. And you don't have to tell them that I sent you or anything. Just go follow them. The guy there, he's always posting up the pictures and everything, and he put up a bunch of the variant covers for the War of the Realms this week, and they had a bunch of cool ones. Okay, moving on. The next issue I have here is Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History, issue number 2. I still, I only got a little bit way into the first issue of this before I realized, I was like, I need to go back, because I was reading the Guardians of the Galaxy also, and I realized, hold up, before I continue here, I need to go back and read Cosmic Ghost Rider. Okay, so that's what I did, and I showed that to you guys last week. I went ahead and picked that up, the Cosmic Ghost Rider trade. I'm not really big on trades. I know if you guys didn't see, there was a debate the other day on Dark Knight Nation's page. I think it was on Dark Knight Nation. He was doing it with Nerdy Blurb. It may be on Nerdy Blurb TV. Either way, go check out Nerdy Blurb TV or Dark Knight Nation. They did a debate a while back of trades or pulls, and I believe pulls won because Ryan had to go out and start a pull list. But I do like trades as well. For issues that are current right now, I'd rather just have the single issues, so then I can have something to read in the meantime. Waiting for trades, I don't know. I'm not really, for some of these I probably would wait for trades. Like the War of the Realms, I was planning on that, and I still may. I got the first issue, who knows. Okay, moving on. We got Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue number 7. This series hasn't been too bad. Like I said, the first 3 issues that were tied into Spider-Geddon, those 3 issues were really good. Then the next 2 issues were a little slow moving, and these last 2 issues, they've been actually pretty good. I really can't complain. Now, the next one is one of my favorites, Captain America issue number 9. And if you haven't been following this series, this is one of my favorite series out right now. Very good series. The story's been great. Everything that's been going on in these issues has been really wonderful. Seeing Captain America have to fight his way back to gaining the trust of Americans and pretty much the whole world. Very good issues. Ooh, another great one, Punisher issue number 10. Okay, now I'm not sure if you read Punisher or not. Obviously, you know, he's the Punisher. Lots of guns, lots of shooting, lots of bang bang, lots of violence. Very, very good series. I can't say enough good things about the Punisher. It is a very good series. As a matter of fact, Captain America and Punisher, and you all know I'm a Spider-Man. You know, I love my Spider-Man, but Captain America has been really great, and I can't emphasize that enough. It's been really good. Punisher, like, it's just different, you know. It's a little edgier, you know. It's a little more violent. Has been absolutely awesome, and until those Black Widow issues started coming out, I think Punisher was probably one of my favorites going on at the time of the issues I've been pulling. Really good series. Matt Rosenberg has been doing the Punisher, but the Black Widow issues, I'm telling you, if you didn't watch my comic book pull list or the Trailer Park Live last week, man, I'm telling you, I can't tell you enough times, go out and buy the Black Widow issues. Buy them, check them out. You can get on Comixology and check it out. You can get on Marvel.com and purchase it digital there. You have to read these Black Widow issues, man. She's badass, dude. That's all I can say. She's badass. She's kicking ass. Okay, moving on. Next issue I have here is Uncanny X-Men issue number 15. This series has been really good. Like I told you guys before, I was gonna go to trades on this. I really was, but once I got caught up, started reading these, the Uncanny X-Men issues have been really good. So, you know, you might want to give these ones a try. It's up to you though. I mean, it kind of depends on if you like the X-Men or not. That's really the biggest thing. Next issue I have here is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 18 HU Hunted. Okay, 18.HU. Now, this one, obviously, I haven't got to it. It's just Wednesday. I will probably have this read by Friday. I can tell you guys a little more about that if you'd like me to. But the Amazing Spider-Man series has been really good. Now, these .HU series have been where they're kind of diving a little more into like some of the villains that are being tied in here into the series. Been pretty good issues. The first one was Black Cat, and this one looks like it's who is this? Monkey Boy? I don't know, man. Turn me up in the comments below for that one. Okay, now the next issue I have is True Believers. Thanos destroys the Marvel Universe versus the Marvel Universe. True Believers issue. Went and picked that one up. They're only $1, you know. So I mean, if you're there and they're only $1, why wouldn't you pick it up? It would seem ridiculous if you didn't. Okay. Now, the next issue I have is another True Believers, Avengers, and Nebula. The Avengers Nebula. Okay, the Avengers Nebula. I haven't read this one before either. This is probably available on Marvel Unlimited, but you know, I went ahead and picked it up. Like I said, it's only $1. Look, you can see right there. It says it's only $1. $1 for an issue. You know, if Marvel Unlimited put all these back issues on True Believers and issued them for $1, hell, I'd be paying more for these True Believers in a month than I am for the Marvel Unlimited series. That's how awesome it is. Okay, ooh. And the next one I have is, you know, something a little different. You know, I've been trying to mix it up a little bit. The next issue I have is Red Sonja, issue number 3. This is Dynamite Comics. Now, I haven't been reading Red Sonja, but I've seen this cover, and I thought that just, I mean, it was a pretty sick cover. Okay, you know, it's like a photo of, you know, a real girl doing some cosplay. Red Sonja. It was a great cover. Like I said, I haven't been reading it, but I wanted to check it out because the other ones I have been meaning to pick up, and I will be picking some of those up soon. Is Elvira. I believe it's Dynamite Comics has been doing the Elvira also, the Elvira issues, and they've got photos of Elvira on the cover, and I've got to get some of those. I love Elvira. She is awesome. Man, I've been watching Elvira since I was a little kid, man. Elvira, right? Anyway, ooh, and then especially because Elvira, you know, and then if you see the lady who plays Elvira in real life, she's a redhead. Oh man, who doesn't like gingers, right? Oh man, and gingers. Woo. Anyway, that's all the comic books I have for this week. Now, the one, oh, you know what? Let me see if I can find it here. There was one. Let me see if I can find this issue for you guys really quick. Because I forgot where it's at. No, that's not it. Where's this thing at here? I don't know where it's at. I can't find it. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway for X-Force issue number 2. I will show it on Friday on my show, The Trailer Park Live. That's where I will do the giveaway, announce the giveaway for that. But it is going to be for X-Force issue number 2. It is a variant cover, so you know you might want to tune into the Trailer Park Live on Friday nights, every Friday night at 8 p.m. Okay, so like I said, that's all my comic books I have for now. Moving on, as I said, I do have a little unboxing here I want to do for you all. I've already talked about this. If you were watching any of my other live shows. Let me go ahead and just rip into this. I already know what it is, but I haven't seen it yet. And here it is. Devin Townsend, Empath. It's Devin Townsend's new album. I got Amazon. What is it? The Amazon Unlimited, Music Unlimited. It's a pretty cool little service you can get on there. It's just like Apple Music and everything. You know, you pay like a little fee per month, and you can get on there and stream all kinds of music, radio stations, and different things like that. And I get on there, and there's a lot of things that I don't have any of the albums for, so you know. I pick up, you know, I get them on there and check them out. And sometimes it's cool if I don't know anything, if somebody's talking about something and I haven't seen them before, I know, you know, I can get on there and look them up. But yeah, let's check this out. That's the CD. And it is, this one I got is a 2 disc special edition. That is Devin Townsend's Empath. Excellent. I got to tell you, I got to get a little more familiar with disc 2 because it's a bunch of demos, but this album is really, really good. I want to do more. I did a quick reaction the other day, but when it comes to music, it's not like it's not like going to see Avengers or watching a movie. You know, you don't watch it once, you come like oh, you know, like. And for me, it's kind of like not that way with movies anyway. But with an album, you got to spend more time with it, and especially when it comes to an artist like Devin Townsend, because he's such a progressive artist with a lot of the music that he does. Even in this album, there are things like certain chords, certain melodies, certain rhythms that he hits that I've heard in a lot of his albums before. But that's the thing. I mean, he's progressive. He's taken it and he uses that same thing and he makes it more. He adds to it. He changes it. It evolves. His music is always evolving, and that's the one thing. I mean, you just gotta love about Devin Townsend. That's the back of the album cover right there. And then here's a little booklet I just got. I can't. What's that say on there? Love and be loved. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Some of the artwork. You can find a lot of this stuff online on their website that were there when they were promoting the album. Good stuff, man. I'm telling you, if you've never listened to Devin Townsend, do yourself a favor. Seriously, I'm not even kidding around here. Do yourself a favor if you've never listened to Devin Townsend. Do yourself a favor and get on and search Devin Townsend. If you're a member of Amazon Music, if you've got Apple, your Apple Music, you know, iTunes stuff, whatever. Do yourself a favor. I'm not kidding. Go pick up a Devin Townsend album. Listen to it. If you want a good one to start with, I mean, it's more of a how would you say? I can't remember what it's a concept album, but it's called Ziltoid the Omniscient. Go check it out. Great album. And I'm saying, if you haven't ever listened to Devin Townsend before, I mean, I'm telling you, you're letting some of the best things in life pass you by, man. I'm not even playing around. Seriously good stuff. Seriously good stuff. But and like I said the other day, I mean, he's not for everybody, but like if you like metal music, you like rock music, anything like that, like Devin Townsend does so many different kinds of music, man. Really, like especially if you follow his whole career. He started with Steve Vai and was working with Steve Vai, and then he went on and he did like Strapping Young Lad, which is like crazy, like fast, like just like, I don't know, like crazy metal. He's Canadian too, man. He's the Canadian Mike Patton, and if you don't know who Mike Patton is, I already said you're letting the best things in life pass you by if you don't know who Devin Townsend is. If you don't know who Mike Patton is, you might not be alive. But again, Empath, great album. Great album. Now, like I said, I just got that in, but I have been getting to listen to it, and it's been really good. Let's see here. Oh, Maverick Pilgrim, how's it going, man? How's it going? Thanks for checking us out today. Welcome. I've been interested in the new Captain America series. Worth getting into? It is worth getting into. I mean, it kind of depends. Like, for me, I really liked it. I know a lot of people didn't like Secret Empire and that whole thing. Me in particular, and I know Rob over at Comics Explained, he does too. But I really liked Secret Empire. Some people said they didn't like it because it like went against his character, but for me, I don't think it did go against his character. In Secret Empire, I mean, it was part of his character. Like, he took over Hydra and became the Hydra Supreme and all these things because and he did it so easily because of who he is. So I mean, if anything, I thought it further reinforced Captain America and just that character. I mean, I honestly don't see why anybody didn't like it. I actually kind of got back into comics because of that storyline. I wanted to find out. I heard about that, and I wanted to find out more about him being a Hydra agent. And I thought it was a great story, compelling, great stuff. But Secret Empire was written by Nick Spencer. Nick Spencer is writing The Amazing Spider-Man, and I've obviously liked Nick Spencer's writing. Good writing. The Amazing Spider-Man stuff, they're coming out every other week. You know, they're bi-monthly, so you're getting 2 a month. So the story's been good, and you know, like I'm getting them and I'm liking it. You know what I mean? But like I said, with that Black Widow series, man, or even the Captain America series, they're only monthly issues. I'm only getting 1 a month, and man, by the time they come around every month, man, I'm salivating for them, man. I want them bad. I mean, the anticipation for them is there, and just really good issues. And speaking of issues, that's really that's all I've got for my comic book pull list, and even this unboxing. Now, I'm going to get into a couple things really quick. Obviously, I hope you all got your Avengers Endgame tickets for the movie coming out, premiering on the 25th. I mean, you know, it's opening, you know, big opening on the 26th. But I certainly hope you all got your tickets for the movie. Like I said, I'm not sure. The internet crashed, man. The Avengers Endgame broke the internet. The ticketing sites went down. It was a pretty messed up deal, man. It was pretty messed up. A lot of people were upset, and I was lucky. Like I said, I was lucky that, you know, I've got an awesome wife. She went out and picked up the last of my tickets after the box office opened. And you know, I had somebody in one of the channels I follow. I left a comment in there. You know, channel I go to often. You know, I guess that you could say they know me as one of their followers. But I was on there. And I was like, oh man, you know, the Avengers broke the internet, and I barely got my 8 tickets. My wife had to go get the last few. And like, you know, somebody's on there like, well, that's why you know, let this be a lesson and go to the box office. Yeah, dude, like, you're genius. No, bro, like, I bought them online. I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Where I live at, there's no theaters open at 5 a.m., dude. I'm on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, save your little snarkiness for somebody else, man. Like I'm doing what I have to do. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was awake, and I was on my phone getting Avengers Endgame tickets, and I did get all the tickets that I needed that day. I did get 8 tickets that morning. I got 8 tickets for Avengers Endgame, and then I had to send my wife to get the last few later that day once the box office opened, because I had to go to work. I run my own business and everything. I could normally set my hours, but this particular day I was going out of town, and I'll get more to that in just a minute. But anyway, the Avengers Endgame tickets. So I got my tickets, and then, you know, I later commented like, hey, I got my tickets, you know, and then somebody else comes in there taking issue with it, like, what do you need 8 tickets for? You're keeping other people who need to see it from seeing it. Bro, what? I got 8 tickets because opening night on Thursday, I'm getting 3. 1 for me and 1 for 2 of my friends. And then the other 5 is for me and my family. What's it matter how many tickets I'm buying? I bought 8 tickets. Who cares? I bought 10 as a matter of fact, because I got one so I can go again on. I got one so I can go on Friday night, and I got one so I can go on Sunday. Because I'm going with my family on Saturday. Yeah, that's it. And then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude was all mad at me because I bought 8 tickets. Who cares? I got that many people to take. I'm not blocking anybody. I didn't buy them just to buy them so I can scalp them. I'm not one of these assholes that's on the internet trying to sell Avengers Endgame tickets for $500. It's ridiculous. Who would do that? Assholes would do that. That's who would do that. You know, and who else would pay that much for an Avengers Endgame ticket for opening weekend? 200, you know, 100. I ain't paying over $10 to see it on opening weekend. Except for when I'm going to see it in IMAX 3D. I am going to see it in IMAX 3D one time. I am. I've got to see it in 3D at least once. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like, what do you care? Like, are you just pissed because I got tickets and you didn't? What? I don't know. I guess that's just the thing. Like, you know, dude's all mad. I'm like, that's how people are these days. I guess, you know, you gotta have something to be bent out of shape about. You know, I don't know. Just like when I seen that comment, I'm like, pardon my French here, but fuck's it matter how many tickets I bought? You know, like I said, I didn't buy them to scalp them. I'm not one of those assholes. Because those people are really assholes. That's messed up. You're gonna scalp movie tickets? What kind of lowlife are you, dude? Seriously. I mean, because one of my friends texted me about this earlier today about people scalping these Avengers Endgame tickets, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, who does that? You know what? I would go to meet one of these people. I said, you know what? Yes, meet me at a safe location. I'll name the location, and I'm going to make sure it's the unsafest place for them. And, yeah, come on, dude. You're going to try to scalp a friggin' $10, $15 movie ticket for a couple $100? Come on, dude. Get a life. Get a life. I don't care how many tickets you buy. I don't care, like, ooh, you're cool, you get in there. Get out of here, dude. It's that shit like there that pisses me off. It's that stuff right there that makes that ham in that comment section, man, like, what do you need 8 tickets for? For my family. For my family and my friends, man. We're going to the movies. We're going to go to the movies. We're going to enjoy Avengers Endgame. Now, the other thing I did want to talk about was Avengers Endgame and the internet getting broke. All these ticketing sites went down, okay? Now, I almost feel like this was on purpose, okay? I almost feel like it was on purpose. It's absolutely ridiculous that these ticketing sites went down, okay? It's not like they didn't know that Avengers Endgame tickets were going on sale Tuesday morning. They knew. I knew. Whole internet knew. Everybody knew. What's the problem here? Sorry, is my gain turned up a little bit too loud, or am I just being that obnoxious tonight? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, because I don't know. Just some of these things, man, it's so ridiculous, you know? But yeah, I mean, how did these website companies, how did these companies not know that their apps were going to crash? How did they know that they weren't going to be getting that much traffic? How did they not know? I mean, I knew. That's why I was up at 5 a.m. to get them. I'm telling you, I barely got my seats because there's this little trick you got to do if you're unfortunate, like the only real theater close to me is Cinemark. But there's little trick you do if you're a Cinemark movie member. Okay, if you're part of the rewards club or the movie club or whatever they call it. Okay, you pay $8.99 a month. And you get discounts on concessions and all that stuff, and you get a free movie ticket every month. Okay, and they compound. You can get them. You know, if you don't go to movies for 5 months, the next time you're gonna have 6 tickets ready to go. You can go to 6 movies that month. It doesn't matter. Okay, now the thing is, it's only $8.99, and then what they do is they give you a second ticket, you know, an add-on ticket for $8.99. But then if you buy like a 3rd ticket, a 4th ticket, you gotta pay regular price. So the trick is, and I'm gonna tell you this, you gotta thank me if you don't already know this trick. Okay, if you buy more than 2 tickets for Cinemark and you've got the movie club, okay, but if you got like say 6 tickets or 5 tickets like I normally do, okay, you buy 2 tickets and you use your free ticket, and then you get your add-on ticket for $8.99. Some movies they have up charges if you're watching IMAX 3D. I don't think for my IMAX 2D they did. I can't remember. But you know, you buy your 2 tickets, you get your free one, and you get your add-on ticket for $8.99. Complete your transaction, go back in, and then purchase 2 more. One 2. You get your one at $8.99, and you get your second one add-on ticket for $8.99. And then I go back in and I get another one separately. Buy them separately. Just buy them in 2s. I'm telling you, it's a little tip to save you a few bucks. Don't say I didn't try to help you ever in your life, okay? Don't try to didn't try to tell you. Okay. But the other thing that I'm definitely trying to help you with is if you're lucky and you live on the West Coast and the tickets go on sale at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever and your box office is open, man, that's awesome. Us people over here on the West Coast, we struggle with those kinds of things because when they drop stuff at 5 o'clock in the morning, or at 5 o'clock in the morning our time, hell, let's say 8, 9 o'clock your time, right? 8 o'clock, it's 5 here, it's 8 there. Yeah, so you guys got it good, man. But we got it better because, you know, we're on the West Coast. Sorry, East Coasters. I'm just kidding, man. I don't know. I've never, you know, I've actually never been that far east. I'm actually not even from. I'm not even from California. I'm not even from the West Coast. Actually, I'm actually from the Midwest originally. So it's no big deal to me. Okay, now moving on. Like I was saying, I did have to get to work yesterday. And like I said, I'm very lucky. I've got the best wife in the world. She went and picked up my last couple of movie tickets that I needed before when I had to go to work, and she got them. And it was really awesome. She said there was kind of a little line. She said there was a couple people in front of her, and then some people behind her started to pull up. I'm guessing that's because everybody finally started to realize. So, you know, that was like I said, that was really cool. But you know. What I have to talk about next, I guess it's really more personal stuff, but it also, to me, it really correlates, you know, I mean, like I said, we've got a Avengers Endgame coming out, man, I'm so hyped up, dude, like, nothing can take me off this high right now, dude, like, I'm getting ready to go see Shazam on Friday with my family, man, and if you haven't seen it, I got to see it a couple of weeks ago at the theater, and I'm telling you, this movie is absolutely awesome, dude. Shazam is a great movie, good family movie, good comic book movie, good action movie, just all together, it's a good movie. If you don't already have tickets, you should get tickets to go watch Shazam. Very good movie. And like I said, I'm riding this high, man. Like, you know, Captain Marvel just came out, Shazam just came out. You know, Hellboy's gonna be coming out, Avengers Endgame is coming out, what, Detective Pikachu? Man, we've got like an awesome year, right? Okay, so I'm just riding this high, man, and, you know, and this kind of ties into everything because, you know, things in life test us, man, like every day, and I've been going through a whole lot, you know, I've been going through a whole lot in my life, and it's been rough. It hasn't been easy. And I certainly hope if you're going through something in your life that you're getting through it good, you got your head held high, and you're pushing through, man. Life likes to test your mettle. It does. When you're down, man, people kick, you know, or life kicks, you know, anything, you know, kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down, you know, even more so. That's just how life is. Life is always going to test your mettle, and it's something you've got to own up to. You've got to man up to, man. Straight up, it's something you've got to own up to, and that's part of the thing. I think a lot of us are probably drawn to like superheroes and things like that. You know, comic books, or you know, even like music and things like that. Whether it's movies, books. Different things like that, man, because life tests us, and you need things to help you get through life. Music has helped me a lot in my life, you know. Comic books have helped me out in my life. They helped me laugh. You know, when I was a kid, they helped spark my imagination. And I've been going through a lot. And I know somebody else out there has been too. I know there's others of you out there who've been going through a lot. And if you'd like to share this with them, you know, please feel free. But I've been going through a lot. Life's been rough, okay? Let me start at the beginning. Last year, I'm a cyclist, okay? In case you guys don't know, I am a cyclist. I ride bicycles all over the place. You know, go for like 60-mile rides, 100-mile rides, stuff like that, okay? I do it a lot. And last year, I crashed my bike. I crashed, and I never really crashed like this before. And I crashed when I was out in the mountains. I don't know, maybe about 12 miles here from my house, 15 miles from my house. It was out in the middle of the mountains between here and Santa Clarita. And I was out there riding with a friend, and I crashed, man. My front wheel washed out from underneath me when we were coming out of a corner, and there was dirt on the ground, and I fell, and I broke my collarbone. I'm not sure if you all I broke my collarbone, man. Broke my collarbone. I fractured some ribs. I fractured my scapula. I was hurting, man. It hurt. And as soon as I hit the ground, I mean, I knew something was broke. You know, I didn't pass out. I almost wish I would have. I wish I would have got concussed or something, man. That's a bad thing to live. But I was awake through it all happened. I remember we came to a stop. I say came to a stop because we skidded to the side of the road. And man, I just remember screaming, just this primal scream, man. And I got done, and my adrenaline was rushing. I checked myself, and I knew I was pretty much okay for the most part. And then I could feel, there was something wrong, and then I could see like the little bone. It wasn't sticking out the skin, but it was broken. I could see it poking out. I ended up walking down the mountain. My friend, he was fairly okay. He wasn't seriously injured, and I feel bad. I felt the worst for making him crash too. Especially if you know me and you know how I am like with my riding. I keep a small circle of friends that I ride bikes with, and it's a lot of trust issues, with that kind of stuff. You ride with people that you trust, and who you know, who you're familiar with. And I felt bad because I made my friend crash. But anyway, he rode on. He called my wife. My wife came out and picked me up. Didn't want to call an ambulance or anything. It wasn't that important. Plus, I'm not freaking rich, man. And so, anyways, I walked down this mountain into Green Valley, into town, man. And I was walking. I probably walked a good mile or two into town. I had my arm kind of slung up because my collarbone was broken, dragging my bike. And, even at that time, I wasn't down, man. I wasn't down. And it was like the worst time because I was the fittest I had been for a while, man. I was riding my best, riding the best I had been riding in years, man. I was climbing good, I was fast, I was fit, everything, man. And I crashed, and dude, man, it sucked. But when I was walking down from that mountain, man, I wasn't crushed. I was devastated because I knew I wouldn't be able to ride for a little while. So I ended up going through surgery. After surgery, I was back on my bike in 2 weeks. No, this isn't normal. If you're not a cyclist, I wouldn't suggest doing this. Matter of fact, if you're just a novice, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't say I'm a professional, but I would say I'm very adept at riding bicycles as far as being a cyclist. And I was back on the bike 2 weeks later, man. Nothing's gonna stop me, and that's what I'm trying to get at here with this stream. And it has to do with the comics, has to do with the music, it has to do with life, man. Life is gonna always fucking throw punches at you, dude. And I got through it, man. 2 weeks later, I was riding. Less than a month later, I was out full road riding, man. I was just going at it. Fucking nothing can stop me, dude. And and then of course comes last month. One of my other streams. I own my own business, okay? I own my own business, it's a small business, and if you're a small business owner, it's not an easy life, man. You know this. If you're an employee somewhere, if you've got an employer, and you've never been self-employed or anything like that, you just have no clue, okay? And I'm not saying you can't understand or anything like that, but it's a whole different ballgame, man. It's a whole different load of stresses. And last month, I was coming home, and sometimes my son goes out with me for work, or he was, because my wife, her job and everything. Anyway, he was coming out with me, working for about an hour a day. When I first picked him up from school, and then he would come home and be with his sisters in the afternoon. And I'm glad he wasn't with me, but the other day I was heading home from work, and a lady ran a stop sign as I was making a left-hand turn, and then this lady ran a stop sign and slammed into the front end of my vehicle, my work vehicle. And this isn't just like a work vehicle. I'm my own boss. Nobody bought this van for me. It's my money paying for this van. It's my van. I'm a small business owner, and she fucking annihilated my van, man. It's the front end. It's trashed. And I'm sorry for the cuss words. I'll put a thing on here, man. The age restriction, but honestly, maybe I won't either. This is stuff that kids need to learn, man. One F word isn't gonna kill anybody. You can still get But man, this lady ran the stop sign and just screamed into my vehicle, and it was a whole bunch of stress for somebody like me. I've got 3 kids. I'm a small business owner. I don't have time for this. And luckily she was insured. I'm insured. Everything was all was a whole bunch of stress, man. And but yeah, I got through it, man. I got through it. You know, I got home. I was like, you know what? I've got another vehicle. I've got my truck. I almost sold my truck. I've still got my little S10 out in the driveway, man, collecting dust and leaking oil all over the place. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm back to square one. This is where I started out at. This is when I started my businesses. I was running out of my truck, and so I put all my stuff in my truck, man. I went to work. You know, I can't stop. You know, I'm a small business owner. I can't stop. Nobody else is gonna pay my bills, man. Like I said, life tests your mettle, man. It's gonna push. It's gonna push you back, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, man. You have to fight back. You can't just give up, and that's something I see far too much of in this world these days. Is people just fucking throw their hands in the air and just give up. The second there's just like the littlest bit of resistance, just this second, you know, like, oh, a little bit of resistance. Oh, I'm just done with it. I'll just go this way. Oh, my girlfriend cheated on me. Oh, my wife cheated on me. I'll just go. You know, man, that's not how life is. You know, fucking man up to that shit. I get sick of it. You know, I just get sick of this stuff, man. Just seeing people give up and talking about wanting to give up. That's not what you do. Maybe you didn't have role models in your life when you were growing up. Maybe you didn't have a strong female role model like your mother there, or maybe a strong male role model, your father there. I didn't come from a broken home, and you know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing if you did. You know, I mean, shit happens in life, and that's exactly what I'm talking about here. You don't just give up. You don't just throw your hands in the air. I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm not saying that it's easy, because it's not. That's not life. Life isn't easy. If life was easy, I mean, if anything was easy, is it worth doing? You know, what's the point? And I just get tired of seeing all these people that are just, something happens, they're just willing to give up. I got hit and collided into by some lady who ran a stop sign. She found her cell phone. And I was in my work vehicle. And I got home, man, and as bad as I felt, as angry as I was, and as much stuff and as much stress was going on in my head, I mean, I did have to take the next day off, because I had to go see a chiropractor. I had to get some stuff done. But the next week, I was back at it, man. I loaded my shit up in my truck and I went to work. You know why? Because you can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't keep me down. That's how life works. Life is going to throw you curveballs. People are going to test you. People are going to push you. And what do? You got to push back. That's how you do it. You know? Some people move on, man. Not us. Not us. So this happens, you know. So I'm having to go through all this stress with getting my vehicle worked on. It's finally coming through. Police report, all this crap, man. It's a bunch of shit. But regardless, my car is gonna get taken care of. I mean, that's what you pay insurance for. That's what you got benefits and all these things for. It's what you need this stuff for. For when you need it. I have health care. I got my stuff taken care of. It's stuff you have to have. And like I said, it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's just part of life. And you know, you should be prepared. And if you have little ones, if you have kids, I've got 3 kids. You gotta do everything you can. Everything you can to ensure that future, not only for yourself, but for them. And you can't just give up on shit, man. It's not how fucking life works. And like I said, I had my benefits. I got my insurance. I got my stuff. My car's getting taken care of. My car is getting taken care of. I gotta take it to the body shop. It's done. It's a done deal. I've got to pay a little bit of money. No biggie, man. But you pay insurance for it. You know? Unfortunately, it's my insurance, I think, that's going to get stuck with it, and that's no big deal. That's what I got insurance for. Whatever, no big deal. I keep pushing on. I keep moving on, man. I'm working out of my truck, so I started in my truck, man. And you know what? It's an old beater. I know that, but you know what? So the other day, I'm telling you, and here's the thing: is life pushes you, but you gotta count your blessings, man. Count your fucking blessings, because I'm not a religious person, but I can tell you. You don't have to believe in religion. You don't have to believe in God to be blessed, okay? I have been blessed with, I don't know, I guess things like timing, good things just happen, I guess. I don't know. But my wife, like I said, she just started a new job. She was working mornings. I had to be here for my kids, so I couldn't stay out working as long. It was affecting my business, okay? But you know what? I didn't give up. I didn't just throw my hands in the air. I went, and I did everything I could to make it work, okay? For not just for me, for my kids, for my family. You know, life is pushing. I pushed back. I was pushing back, man. I'm working out of my truck. My wife, she got her job placement, and she got her hours back. She went back to evenings, so then I don't have to be here in the mornings. I can get out in the mornings and have a longer day out working. And that's what I was doing, man. Doing it, working out of my truck. You know, my wife, you know, she's there for my kids. And so then on Tuesday, I finally get to go back out on my route. I say back out. I had been working, but there's one place that's not in my service area that I go to because I got requests out there, and it's all good. So, and it's 40 miles away, but it's in the mountains. I have to go up into mountains to get there. And I pull up into town in my second stop there, and as soon as I stop at this place, my brake pedal just slammed to the floor, just about as fast as my heart sunk, because I knew what it was. I almost lost my shit, man. I was about to lose it. That's the kind of month I've been having. The collision, the insurance, you know, last year my car just, you know, it all comes, man. It all comes. I was about to lose it, man. And I was about to walk into the place where I was getting ready to service without my car, without my, you know, what I do, my snacks and everything. And I was like, oh man, get your shit together, Trinity. Get your shit together, Trinity, man. This isn't you. This isn't what you do. This isn't what you do. When life pushes you or things push you, you push back. You step up to the plate. You don't just give up. You don't just give up. That's not what you do. So I went in and I serviced my people in this little shopping center there. I see the two people I had to see. There was brake fluid all over the ground. I knew what it was. And so I was like, you know what, I can't let this stop me. I got out and I went to a couple other, I called my wife. I'm like, babe, you gotta come up here. You gotta come to Tatcham. You gotta come get me. Luckily, she had just picked up my son. She had time before my daughters were getting out of school. So she came out there to Tatcham, 45 miles away from where I lived, and picked me up with all my work stuff that was in the back of my truck. So in the meantime, it's 45 miles away, so I have to wait for her to get ready and get out there. So what do? I'm not just sitting there farting around, man. That's not what you do. You don't give up. I went out, I seen a couple other people there close in the area because I knew I could. They were there. I went out and I seen them. I serviced some customers while I'm there. I'm not going to sit there with my thumb up my butt not making any money when that's what I'm there in this town for. So I went and seen the other couple of people, and I got back to my truck and I was like, maybe I can take it to a place here local, you know, just get it out of here. And I was going to take it to my wife's uncle's house, and I took it around the block, and yeah, I was like, there's no way. I still had the emergency brake. So I parked in the parking lot. She was coming up anyway, and so I parked it, and you know, so I was like, since I'm waiting, I went ahead and got under the truck and looked at it, and it's just the brake line, man. It was just a brake line. Now, if you don't know a mechanic or anything if you don't know how to work on a vehicle, you got to go to a mechanic, and that can be expensive. Now, I got to tell you, and this is another thing, man. If you've got little ones, this is why you have to push through things. This is why you have to push back when life pushes you, okay? It's because I've got little ones, and when I was little, my dad, he worked on cars. He worked on all our cars. He knew how to do this stuff. And when I was little, I did the same thing my kids did for me today. I took my kids up there with me. My wife dropped me off. I had all my tools. I had all the stuff I needed. I knew what I needed when I went up there. I got home yesterday. I looked through my little manual book, exactly what I needed to do the job. I did it. I went and got my parts. My wife dropped me and the kids off. We could have been abandoned in Tehachapi, 45 miles from home, but I have faith in myself. I have trust in myself to know what I'm doing. My father worked on our vehicles. Did I work on them with him? No. Did I help him? Yeah. I went and did what my daughter did today. I pumped the brakes when it needed pumping. I held them. And I pumped it in again, and I held it. That's exactly what I did. You know, I've been yelled at for not holding the light in the right position before. You don't think my father fucking yelled at me all kinds, and you know, because you know things weren't going right when he was working on a vehicle? Frustrations, man. I knew he wasn't mad at me. I mean, I was a little kid. Did it make me feel good? No, but I knew he wasn't mad at me. He was frustrated with the situation. You know. But I was lucky. My father taught me these things. He taught me how to work on cars, and not directly, but just by me being there. And that's something you should do for your kids. You should teach them these basic fundamentals in life. How how to change a tire, how to change your oil, how to change your spark plugs. You know, not everything is calling AAA or calling a tow truck. You know, these things you can do yourself. You can save the money yourself. It's not always easy. It might take you time. If you don't have the time, certainly you got to go pay a mechanic. I'm not saying I've never paid a mechanic, but I was fortunate. You know, I was fortunate. My father taught me these things, and
Lay around and watch TV, not doing much, just a life for me. Could take a shower, 'cause I
he
really
taught me a lot of things. And this is one of them. And this is one of them. That's one of them, you know. I didn't let my stuff fall apart, man. I got all my stuff together, went to Tehachapi with my kids in tow where I knew we might have been stuck there, fixed the damn vehicle, got home, got them dinner, and now I'm here with you guys. I got my comic books. I'm doing my comic book pull list. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm doing all this stuff because you know what? I don't give up. I don't give up. You shouldn't either. Giving up is a bitch move, okay? When life starts kicking you down, you don't give up. When somebody starts pushing you and giving you a hard time, you don't give up. When the going gets tough, you don't give up. That's not what you do. You keep pushing, you move forward. You don't let things get you down. Believe me, yesterday or on Tuesday when that brake line went out on me, yeah, it was yesterday. that's how long ago the time's been. You think I started feeling sorry for myself and I was like, no, man, like I was upset, yeah. But I knew that I could handle the situation. And that's the thing. My parents did that for me. If it wasn't for my mom, if it wasn't for my dad. And I've got friends that come from broken homes. They don't have their mom and dad together in their life and all that stuff either. They got the same thing. That part doesn't matter. As long as you teach your kids the fundamentals to live life. Okay? And not give up. That's what all this stuff is about. All this stuff right here, that's what all this stuff is about. It's exactly what it's about. It's about not giving up. It's about having the mettle to step up and having the balls to step up in life and push back and be ready to push back and not just bitch out whenever something gets hard. That's what this is all about. You know, that's what this, that. That's what all this is all about. It's inspiration, man. It's inspiration to keep you inspired, pushing through life. Life isn't easy. Life's never gonna be easy. Okay? And if your life is easy, good for you. You know what, man? Good for you. Because there's most of us out here, it's not like that. You know? And you know what? We're all out here making it. One of these days, if you're one of those people where everything's just all fluffy, it's not gonna be that way forever. And don't worry. Don't worry, because some of us will be out there. So, that's really what I had to say today, aside from my comic book pull list and everything else and everything I've been going through lately, is, you know, I know there's others of you out there going through stuff, man. I know there is. I know there's lots of you going through lots of things. And, it's not always easy. It's not always going to be easy. I lucked out in a lot of ways. I'm lucky in a lot of ways, just me personally. I already hear you say I've got the best wife in the world. Best kids in the world. You know, and that's part of life too. You know, you need the right partner in your life. You know, somebody to back you up. I'm a cyclist. Like I said, I had a conversation with my wife a long time ago. When I was a cyclist, and I knew I wanted to be somewhat serious about it. I wanted to do some racing. I wanted to train. I wanted to be serious about it. I had a conversation with her. I told her, like, man, this is a rough life. You know, like, I'm not even a professional. I'm not even going to go like do anything professional. But it's a rough life, and I need your support. You know, 100%. I need your support. I had that conversation with her, and it wasn't easy, you know, because it's not always easy to make yourself vulnerable with people and have conversations like that with people. A lot of people don't do it. And like I said, luckily I've got a great wife. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I'd be right now. Seriously. I don't think I'd I'd be up a creek. I tell you that much. But that's the thing. Is you gotta have that person. You know, my kids are a living testament to how I've done in life, to what my parents have done, how my parents raised me, and how I'm raising them. My kids are a living testament to that, and they make me damn proud every day. Every day, my kids make me proud. But that's just like I said. It hasn't always been easy. It's never been easy, as a matter of fact. There's been times where it was easier. There's been times where it was better, where things seemed better, but it wasn't always easy. It's never been easy. It's never been easy. And that's what I'm saying. That's what we're here for. You know, these comics, all these, you know, these movies, these Avengers, all this stuff. It's there, man. It's there for lessons. It's there to let you know you can't give up. There to let you know that you can fight through it. You can get through things. The only way you can do it, though, is by fighting back. You can't just throw your hands in the air and just expect somebody to feel sorry for you and somebody else to just, you know, do whatever they can for you to help you out. That's not how it works. There will be people there to help you. Believe me, my mom has been there plenty of times to help me as well. I don't know where I'd be without my mother as well, you know? And, you know, you might be thinking my father, but in case you didn't catch it in my earlier videos, my father died back in 2002 when I was like 21 years old, so that's a different story for a different time. But if you didn't catch it, I did talk about it in one of my Trailer Park Live videos just a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about some Spider-Man things and stuff like that. So you should definitely check that out if you haven't already. But in the end, what I'm saying is that's what I'm trying to say, man, is you can't give up on life. Life is going to push you. You got to push back. You got to fight back. Just fight back every time. That's what we're here for. If you're here on this channel, chances are you're a nerd of some sort. You're either into comic books, you're either into just movies in general, or and music. Okay, I'm not. If you're not into any of these things, I don't even know what you're doing on this channel. I don't know how you found me. And if you are here and you're not into any of these things, thank you. Thank you for being here and supporting the channel. I do have another channel I just started where I'm talking about, like, you know, just some average, some fitness tips for the average person. I left the link in my last video. But anyway, like I said, I'll see you guys on Friday on the Trailer Park Live. In case you haven't ever caught my show, it's every Friday at 8 p.m. Sorry, I got in here. I'll be going over a whole bunch of things on Friday. Fridays are usually fun because everyone's expecting my live show on Fridays. Everybody comes in and we start talking. Like you can see, Matt Pilgrim is in here and he was interacting, and it's always fun interacting with you. It's always fun. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here doing all these videos. If nobody was viewing them, I wouldn't be doing them. But I do get people viewing them, and you know, to that I say thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. Well, okay, I'll fix that. I would be anyway. I'd be doing it anyway because it's not that I haven't got anything better to do, but it's just I've watched a bunch of these other videos here on YouTube that I'm sitting here making me want to pull the hair I don't have out of my head because it's like they're going over all these theories and all these things like they've never watched these damn movies before, and it drives me bonkers. Yeah, I'm telling you, it drives me bonkers because I've studied these movies like, man, with a freaking magnifying glass. Like, seriously, some of the stuff that I've pulled out of these movies and some of these theories and things, like I think like the only person, other person I've seen out there who dissects them the same way I do is Eric Ross over at New Rockstars, man. That dude's like, he's amazing. Ooh, and Kinda Culty. I'm not sure if you ever heard the YouTube channel Kinda Culty. KINDACULTY. Kinda Culty. He does phenomenal work. Great videos, Kinda Culty does. He was on hiatus for a little while, but he's back. He's been back, done a couple of videos. Good stuff. Like I said, man, that's all I've got today. That's all I've got for today, folks. That's all I've got. That's all I got for my pull list. I'll go over a couple of these later this week. Like I said, if you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. Look who that is. Say hi, Logan. that's my son. That's Logan. He's 4 years old. Yeah, he's in preschool. He watched when he was supposed to be asleep. Anyway, like I said, that's all I have for this video today, folks. If you haven't already, thank you for tuning in for one. Thank you all so much for tuning in to my comic book pull list. Don't forget to tune in on Friday at 8 p.m. I go over over some of the comics that I got for the weekend, just all other movie news, Marvel news, things like that, and usually interact with you viewers. It's always a good time. If you have any friends that you think might like to have a good time, even if they're not into this stuff, I've had people come in here who aren't so into this that I know. I've got a personal friend who came in here. We were having a good time discussing a lot of stuff in here one day. It's just fun. So if you have any friends who, you would like to invite to come hang out with us here on the 2nd Street Mall on our show, the Trailer Park Live, invite them. It's always fun. We always have a good time. Always have a good time when you guys show up to interact with us. But the reason you should ask somebody to come here, hang out with us, and subscribe is because as soon as we hit 200 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Warner Brothers Aquaman. To get entered into that, you have to be subscribed and make sure you got your notifications turned on, and most importantly, you have to leave a comment in a video. You have to comment in the video to get entered into a chance to win a copy of Warner Brothers Aquaman as soon as we hit 200 subscribers. That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click that little bell so you get notifications anytime we have uploaded new content. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, make sure you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on 2nd Street Marvel. Have a good day.